I don't know what's going on, to be honest, man. The cameras were all frozen. All I know. Yeah, I reconnected the camera with this extender right through the doorway, so I think that may have been. All right, let's get headsets on. Die, bitch. So this row of cars, that is 3 minutes of just walking down one row of cars. Yeah. Well, if there's anything to say, yeah. Well, I can bring it up. There's a way to do it. One minute out. All right, when I call 15 seconds, I'm going to unmute you. Do me a favor and radio silence until you hear the music.
Okay, what are we doing for a clock? 12:20 at 5 o'clock, right? 5 minutes, 12:20.
I'll be whispering into your ear through the microphone.
It's going to be at
15 seconds. Unmuted.
Welcome everybody to another edition of American Car Classics Radio. I'm your host, Case Schofield. I appreciate you for tuning in, whether you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, or whether you're tuning in to us on one of the social media outlets like Spotify, or whether you're just learning about us on Instagram or Twitter or anything else. We appreciate you choosing to spend a little time with us. With me today is Mike Romano and Todd Byron, the regular show host. Normally we have Steve Charbonneau with us, but he is at the shop working.
He's very busy.
What were you doing 10 years ago this time? Were you working?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, Steve, love you, miss you, but we understand. So go slay some cars and...
Yeah, and a lot of cars at the shop today.
Yeah, you went by.
Stop by there.
You're the new Kenny.
No, let's not get crazy. I'm not going to go there every week. But it was nice to see that people are dropping their cars off. He had almost 57 Chevy, identical to the one that we got here in the garage here.
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah, is there. Terry's car.
Yeah, Terry.
Terry had a problem at the Turkey Rod Run. I guess he parked his truck, and when he came back to the truck was gone.
Uh-oh.
Unfortunately, fortunately, he found the car, but it was not until the end of the day when his scooter that he had ran out of battery, and he couldn't charge the truck. He couldn't charge the scooter because he didn't have the truck. What happened was because his 57 wasn't ready yet. They parked him in the corral, and because his car wasn't for sale, they towed it. And when he inquired about it being towed, they said, "No, we didn't tow it." Well, they ended up towing it, and he found it later on at night.
Still on the lot.
Still on the lot.
Okay.
But it was towed out of the corral.
Which the lot is Daytona International Speedway, so
It's huge.
It's anywhere between the next 5 miles. Wow.
Yeah,
His-
so I felt bad for him.
His brother called me today. We have his 48 Willys Jeep, and he called us today. He's been looking for some rims and tires. He finally found them and stuff, so that's crazy.
Right.
So you went to the Turkey Rod Run,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and
I
you
went
did
Friday.
not go?
No, I was up in New York.
That's right. So
Yeah, I
tell
was
me
in
how
New
New
York.
York was. Was it chilly?
New York, it wasn't too bad. It was in the 50s during the day, which is nice. In the sun, it's nice. Once you got in the shade, it was a little chilly, but at night it got a little cold. Kids like to keep their house cold. They don't like putting the heat on because I guess
They're used to it.
well, once you start paying for oil, you don't like to use the oil.
Oh, but they had no problem turning heat on when
Right,
they were in your car.
right. So it wasn't too bad. It was nice. We had a good time. I got to see all the kids, and we got to see the granddaughter, which she's 2 years old now.
Growing like just
Growing like
fast.
a weed, man. She's getting tall, and she's talking. She's putting in full sentences. It was great. Had a great time. Great time had by all.
What do you call?
Good.
What do your grandkids call you?
She calls me Oompa
Oompa.
because that's what comes out.
Yeah. Yeah.
She'll, you say, "Where's Grandpa?" and she'll go run, and she'll appa, appa, appa.
Okay,
So
all right. That's where it starts.
It's perfect.
It might manifest into a grandpa or something.
That's okay.
Yeah. Oompa is all right.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
know?
You have a grandchild?
Oh, yeah.
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 10.
We're all grandfathers. That's crazy.
There you go,
Yeah.
What are you called? Papa.
Grandpa.
Mr.
Grandpa.
Byron.
Yeah.
Grandpa.
Yeah. Grandpa.
Okay. Okay.
It is what it is.
Yeah, no, cool.
When they're young, whatever comes out of their mouth, they're just happy.
Yeah. So the 40, I think we said it was the 47th annual Turkey Rod Run.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your trip down and or up and back and
49th,
Who'd you
by the
take
way.
with us? And it's 49th.
49th
Yeah.
annual.
So
Yeah,
so
no.
next year's the 50th.
50th, yeah.
Okay.
I took Ron and Paulie.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 of us went.
Yeah.
We walked like almost 7 miles.
Yeah, it's crazy how
We
much
did some
much
walking.
walking you got to do.
Yeah. I'm looking for parts for 57, just looking for
Did
parts.
you find
I really-
anybody?
Yeah, I found some, but the more I looked, I just got the information from the Tri-5.
The Tri-5 guys in the
Yeah.
Carolinas, I think, or
Yeah.
Georgia there, and yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll end up getting new stuff. I found decent chrome bumpers and grill and stuff like that. But by the time you buy them and you have them all re-chromed, and
Right.
you might as well just buy them from those
Fine.
guys.
Yeah, gotcha.
So yeah, it was pretty good. We got that and found some really nice cars. A couple Impalas. One of them I'd really like to have, but now's not the time to be buying cars with.
So you didn't call on that Chevelle wagon from Craigslist? Did you go look that up?
No.
Okay.
What year
right
Chevelle
now, I'm
wagon was
losing
it?
So last week we
70.
Oh,
I
nice.
had
Yeah.
5 wagons
really
that were
would
on
like that.
sale on Craigslist, and one of them was a Chevelle wagon for $10,000.
Nice.
Yeah, the money wasn't
I
the problem.
think
it's
I
the
tagged
room.
you in a post. Did you see
402.
that?
You did, yeah, and I joined the group. That was somebody's hot rod.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monte Carlo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy was cheap.
Yeah.
Did you call him?
No.
Big block car?
I can't do it, man. I'm in the middle of, and I've got a 71 now
Right.
that is coming probably by February. So I just can't. I don't have any more room time.
This was a 70. I think the guy only wanted $7,500 for it.
Yeah.
Looked pretty nice.
Yeah.
Big block car.
Yeah. Yeah.
468 in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Had your name all over it.
I'm running out of room, man.
Yeah.
You and me both.
We've
No more
been
room.
we've been filling the office with Don Beers's big block stuff. He's got that 454 that we've we've bored 30 out. It's a 496, and we're 10.5 to 1 with specialty aluminum heads, and it's a big thumper cam. So we're hoping for 5+ horsepower anyway. And
Nice.
I told him that if it starts to rain while he's at a car show, he just needs to wait it out. I told him if he pulls up with a fiberglass back tail bed, that if he pulls up to a light and he goes to take off, he's just going to, it ain't going to go anywhere. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah. He asked me today if I was doing 30, could I do a burnout? I said, yes. If you're doing 50, I'll bet you'll be able to do a burnout. But that's not good because you'll lose control. And, that big truck will get away fast, as heavy as it is in the front end. So no motorcycles. You didn't buy any motorcycles?
No, I almost did. I almost bought. I refrained myself really well.
Why?
I've got a lot going on. The last thing I need to do.
He's
is
got
go
no
and
time.
Yeah.
He doesn't have time.
I found another MB5.
Okay.
This one was black.
Okay.
It was an okay shape. It wasn't near as good a shape as I got
that's
the red one
beautiful.
I got. But he wanted more than I paid for the red one.
Oh.
And I just no.
So the weather was good. It was warm out.
Yeah, the weather was actually perfect
think it was
because it was
78.
overcasted for the most of the day.
Okay.
We ended up leaving there about 2:30. We went over to that Four Rivers barbecue.
Okay.
We went there last year. We did it again.
It's across the street.
Yeah,
right?
across from what's that? Bass Pro Shop.
Bass Pro, yeah.
So yeah, it was good. A lot of walking, a lot of nice cars. Really, a lot of nice cars.
That Bass Pro still has in their front window facing International Drive has that Dale sitting in a bass boat.
Oh, yeah, Dale Earnhardt?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty cool after all those years to still see that there.
So you didn't go up to the Turkey Rod Run?
I did not
Didn't
go.
make it?
I worked. I was at work Thursday morning, Thanksgiving. I worked until about 1:30. I continued to work Friday and Saturday and Sunday all day. Sunday, I had Chris, who works with us. He came over and helped me out, and we emptied the entire engine transmission room. And I bought a new press, so I had to get the old one out and put that in. And I've got a bead blaster back there that's needed gloves for a long time that I've pulled out and get that back going. And I put all the engines on stands and stuff, so I'm able to roll around everything. I had a guy come out today from National Specialties Transmissions he used to own. His name is Mike, and he's retired. He sold his stuff here in Vero, whatever, National something transmission. So he ID'd all the stuff for me, and told me I've got 3 700 R4s and a couple 350s and several 4L60s and a couple 4L80s and stuff that I've just pulled off and don't know. And I said I want 2-wheel-drive 4L60s, and so he said, look, a different output shaft and a tail housing. That's all you got to do. I said, well, order me 3 of those. So we'll have those, and he'll put the builds together. I think he's building for me for $1,600 or something.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've just been working and clean. We got another melted building up that is 20 by 20. That's going to be our paint and assembly only. We're not going to do any body work or whatever. We've moved the compressors I got from you, Todd, into there, and I'll box those off, and we're going to do a white vinyl wall and just kind of keep it simple. But I've already got a hood fan, and I'm fabricating a hood to go up and blow through my filters and not contaminate my pond and make it work. And so we're trying to get a little bit cleaner and more organized because we moved the black Camaro that's been sitting there for 4 years. We've moved that inside.
Wow.
Got the whole bottom up ready, already wrapped up and stuff. I just got to build the exhaust from the headers back, and that's got a 400 horsepower small block with 700 R4 into a stock rear end that'll break it in 6 months. And we'll get that finished. Got to do the wiring now on it, and that's the big part. But
you're getting things done.
I worked for 4 days.
Yeah, my nephew was sending me pictures from the Turkey Rod Run. He goes, I know you're up in New York, probably freezing. Here's some warm photos of cars. So he sent me a bunch of pictures. It was nice of him.
You gotta love family.
Yeah.
Bryce, our producer, you went to the Turkey Rod Run. This is your first time here. You're new to Florida, and you went and you checked it out. You saw oodles and oodles of cars. What'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, it was overwhelming, to be honest. When I walked in, and I just brought my camera with me. That's what the 5-minute countdown video was for this episode.
Awesome.
It was literally one row of cars.
Right.
For that.
Took you that long to get through it.
I think you said you took you 3 minutes to literally walk down a row of
one row
cars.
Yeah.
And you had the gimbal.
Yep, had the gimbal, got some good shots. I mean, it was just, I walked in and it was
You
like
didn't know where to
your
start.
brain just shuts down.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
Now, do we have enough time to talk about your friend and the fact that he saw his dream car and right next to it was a car that he grew up going to school in?
yeah. Mike Cassidy saw his dream car. He was mentioning it, early on in the day, and then, after about 2.5 hours of wading through this sea of classic cars, he goes, "There it is," and I'm like, "What?"
And what was it? Oh, you gotta be
You're
kidding
gonna
me.
kill me, but it's
You gotta be kidding
He
me.
said it was a 78 or 79 Trans Am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did it have a big screaming eagle on the hood?
Yep.
Okay, what color was the eagle? White?
It was gold with
Gold.
black paint.
Okay.
Black paint.
Yep.
Oh, the car was gold. The sticker was gold, and it had black.
Burt
So that's
Reynolds
the
ride.
79.
Like a
So that is the Bandit car,
bandit car?
and that's the rarest one. That's the most sought after as it is. So no doubt that he loved that one. And what was parked next to it that he used to drive to school his mom in every day?
Yeah, next to that was his mother's exact model of Celica that she used to drive them around in.
Oh,
So-
Toyota Celica.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, next to a Bandit car. But that's how eclectic the Rod one
Right,
is.
yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
classes. There's
No.
no. He said there wasn't a Corvette profile or anything else. It was just everything across the board. So.
And that's every Thanksgiving in Daytona every year.
Yeah, and now a spring show. American Car Classics. Quick jump off. We're going to go take a drink of my affordable water, and we'll be right back.
When we started the day, we had nothing to say. We were lonely. You had made up your mind. You were leaving love behind. I'd be lonely. I've been used. I can't handle the news. It's not the end of the line. Though you'll be gone, I won't be alone. 'Cause I know, yes I know, I'll be fine. I'll shine. I told you right from the start, tell me straight to the heart, I wasn't lying. In the pouring down rain, you said something had changed, you were not lying. I've been used, I can't handle the news. It's not the end of the line. Though you'll be gone, I won't be alone. 'Cause I know, yes I know, I'll be fine. I still got my guitar.
Hey, all right. Welcome back, everybody. This is the American Car Classics radio program.
Podgram.
Hey, so,
We're a podcast and program at the same time.
I'm trying to be efficient with our time. I'm Kenny Schofield. With me is Mike Carano and Todd Byron. Look, I say it every week. I'm going to be a little bit more low key about it. The Stranger Band is something that I grew up with, a local rock and roll. Greg Billings is the front man. He is the lead singer of the Damned Torpedoes, which was a band that he took on after Stranger and their long run. They did do a North American tour with MTV. They went out in California and stuff and did some cool stuff. They've been all over Florida. They've done a lot a lot. So Greg, after Damn the Torpedoes, took a little break and created the Greg Billings Band, and he's had a good run with that. And now he's on to the Abraham Billings stuff, which has they've got a brand new album out that I've been enjoying listening to at work. Greg went on live Facebook the other day, Sunday night, and he sang a couple songs. He started off with a Tom Petty song, which I deeply love. That was awesome. He does it all acoustic and in his house. And he announced that he 12 years ago fought prostate cancer and did some chemo and beat it and everything. And he admitted that he kind of got lax over the last 12 years and in the last couple of years. And he didn't watch his PSA numbers. And he's going to now go through a battle to fight this again and possibly just go ahead and have it removed and stuff. He was very courageous to come on Facebook and sit here and talk to everybody. He's got over 5,000 followers, I think, on his Facebook friends, that we would call him, because he's a local guy. We're all friends, and it's not like a fan pack or something. He knows everybody. He associates with everybody. These are people that he's known and grown up with for 40 years. Greg is 65. So 12 years ago, he was 53, and I'm 56. And Todd, you're
55.
and Mike, you're in your 60s.
I just turned 61.
You just turned 61
last week.
And so he started the thing out after he told everybody, and he ended it with the same thing. Guys, do your
Get
blood
checked.
work. Get checked. I get mine checked every 4 to 6 months, but that's because I'm on testosterone and some other stuff too. And they got to watch my kidneys with my Aleve intake and stuff and all that. So we do all the blood work. It's worth it though. I don't like getting stabbed with a needle, but it's a lot better than going through the alternative. I don't really drink and I don't smoke, but you always worry about that. My mom and dad both had cancers of different kinds, and I want to reach out to Greg. I've got another friend, Russell, who's a local Snap-on dealer who I've just learned as well as a positive for this. And Todd, you had somebody come to you today, as a matter of fact, and say that they are going to be fighting this as well. So call this a PSA, public service announcement on the PSA readings, which is for your prostate health. Go ahead and get your lab work done, guys, if you haven't in a long time. Please, for your family and your friends and everything else, do that one simple thing. All right. So all my love to Greg, and the fight isn't just his; it's everybody's. He's got one hell of an extended family. So we're with you, and I love you. So all right. So on with the show, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I want to do a little bit of news, a little bit of history, real quick. With Todd, we're going to join in here and tag team this on November 25th, which is a week ago already, 1949. The 1 millionth Cadillac was sold.
1 million. What year was that?
49.
49. Wow.
Which is 70 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't somebody have a 49 Cadillac?
I saw Ken Diggett last night, and they were walking through. It was a rerun, and he saw 49. But he guessed it was a 50, but it said on the tag it was a 49.
Oh, okay. What
And
was the?
kept on-
There wasn't that? Didn't what's his name have his Cadillac at the show?
Oh, that was John, and that's a 32
Oh,
LaSalle.
32.
And a 38
Oh, I
LaSalle.
thought 38.
We had that 39 LaSalle,
Right.
but that was a 39. So,
30.
right, yeah, right.
Okay.
So, so on the 25th of November in 49, the 1 millionth was sold. And at the same time, November 27th, 1996, almost 50 years later, the last Cadillac Fleetwood rolled off the assembly line.
Wow.
Wow.
You remember the squid? I mean, it was pointed on both ends. The old Fleetwood Brougham, man. That thing was a.
They come with outriggers.
Right.
They come without
You couldn't make that thing rock if you were active in it. I mean, it was just huge.
And you know what? Nothing rides like a Cadillac, though.
Nah.
Being in a Cadillac, it's just an unbelievable ride.
Like
It's just
float boat.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
ultimate boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so history.
History.
Yesterday.
There you go.
It's his one line.
And then you got some history for Keith McDonald.
Yeah.
Right?
This is right up Keith's alley.
Right.
November 28th, 1980, which really wasn't long ago.
No.
I mean,
1980.
It was, but it wasn't. It was, but it wasn't. Yeah.
40 years. I mean, we were teenagers.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
I'm not saying anything.
Anyways, so the legendary Yugo, it began rolling their way down the assembly line.
Yugo.
Yeah.
The Yugo.
The Yugo.
The legendary
Legendary.
Yugo.
Legendary.
This is- this is-
look at
This is how it was written on
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
internet.
By
And-
1985, the United States was now offering them for sale at $3,990,
Wow.
and
Which-
only 3,895 of them were sold that first year.
3,800.
Yeah,
It's rare.
but
Yeah.
It's probably worth something right
yeah.
now. a
But in
Yugo.
1986, over 35,000 of them were sold in U.S.
Wow.
In 1987, Yugo introduced 5 different models to choose from. 48,812 of them sold in 1987 in the U.S.
And when
I
did they stop selling them?
By 1992, Americans realized that the car was a piece of
Crap.
yep, and basically only sold 1,412 of them.
Well, that was like the what was it, the Hyundai when it first came out.
Yeah.
They were cheap. They had the only thing that was good about the Hyundai, they had the Alpine stereos in them.
Yeah,
They all had Alpine stereos, and they all sounded good. The music was good, but the car didn't last.
But now the Hyundai has a Genesis model that is 80 grand.
That is absolutely
and
gorgeous.
is
yeah,
banging.
Yeah, the Genesis is a beautiful car.
yeah. the
Even
Gen-
Kia
what's
has
that,
a-
the
Kia.
Has a
Eos-
new logo and is a hell of a car.
Yeah.
Eos, I guess it is. They make
Yeah.
that's
Eos.
part of the Hyundai line.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah,
So
that big Eos.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
So hopefully Keith is listening, and he's cheering on the
Yeah.
Yugo right
Yeah.
now. He's probably got his Yugo shirt on.
Well, we got him that
That's
metal
right.
frame that
Metal-
signed
yep,
it right. So
yep.
he's got his bedroom Yugo'd out.
I spoke to him today.
Did you?
Yep. He's moving.
Well, he had to in October. I thought they said
No,
the house took
they
ownership.
just resold it again, the house.
Oh!
So now he's moving. He was moving today, actually.
Okay.
Huh.
Well, I called him. I left him a voicemail. I sent him a text and
Yeah.
never heard a thing from him.
He don't like you.
Yeah, that's all right. man. That's all right. I'm sitting in his chair. Life's a bitch.
So yes, so we were talking about the Turkey Rod Run, and then like 2 weeks earlier they had that big auction, the Carlisle auction. You guys don't go to that, right?
no.
I know Steve
We
from
need
Cool
to.
Cars goes every year, and he ends up bringing home a bunch of cars from in Palm Bay. So I think he filled up his shop again. I got to stop over there because he's got a whole bunch of new cars up
There's
there.
only 3 or 4
Really?
spots. I mean, it's.
No, yeah,
Well,
but
they built the new building.
yeah,
Did-
I think he might have a building at home also.
Okay.
So, but it looks pretty nice.
good.
Got some nice cars there.
Good.
And
You
that
know,
was November 11th and 12th. That was coming up, and that was in Lakeland, Florida.
Yeah, the Kissimmee auction in Kansas City is coming up. Well, we're recording today is the last day of hurricane season here in Florida.
Right.
It's November 30th. And tomorrow, Thursday, the 1st of December, the Kansas City auction begins for Mecum. They're going to run 3 days. I think they're only doing 800 cars.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Where?
I know they were
Kansas City.
they were in Daytona, but they weren't selling tickets
Oh, they weren't?
for some strange reason. No.
Now, they've always.
Always sold tickets.
Always.
They always sold, and they gave you always a discounted code for get the tickets there. And this time around, they were just there. They were just, I guess, promoting.
At the Turkey
At the
Run?
Turkey
I
Run.
seen them, and I almost was going to go there again.
Yeah, but they weren't selling any bidders pass or anything. I
No
don't know if they were
kidding.
selling regular tickets or not, but I know I used to get my bidders pass there.
At a discount.
Yeah,
50% off.
50% off. But they stopped that.
Times are rough.
Yeah,
brother.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not for them.
Wow.
They're doing very well.
Did you see the Bumper Boys?
Yeah, I seen Bumper Boy.
Okay.
I walked by him.
And they didn't go, hey,
Yeah,
Todd,
I
Todd.
think nothing. I can't say anything bad about them. I got a bumper from them for the Javelin,
Yeah.
and it was fine.
Yeah. Did you run into anybody that you know? Did you see anybody that you know there?
Actually, no. Unbelievably, no.
Well, that's a good thing.
And I know a lot of people.
That's a good thing.
I couldn't believe it. I think I said something to Polly. I'm like, you know what, dude? I can't believe I didn't see one person here I know.
That's awesome.
You know, normally
rare.
I'm running into all kinds of people. I didn't.
Maybe you were being incognito. You maybe had sunglasses on.
Well, you know what? I can't say that. I did see Johnny Viesta, who used to own Fine Line Collision.
Okay.
They do. If you ever been by his house, he's got the Fat Boy, and they got all this stuff
Out
hanging
front,
there out
yeah.
front. You know, well, him and his son sell that stuff, all that old antique stuff and signs and everything. He was there. He's there every year.
Selling.
Yeah, so I seen him.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay.
You know,
You
that's
stopped and said
because
hello?
he was there. Yeah.
But nobody shouted, Todd!
No,
As
no,
you know they do.
yeah, nope, I didn't see anybody. It was kind of crazy.
I went to a concert of Greg's a year ago in Zephyr Hills. and I took Tiana and I said, we will not. This is so cool. Nobody will be around. I mean, this is just you and me. We're hanging out. If anybody, as I finish the sentence, if anybody shows up and says they know me, I'll give you I'll give them what's in my wallet.
Right.
Within a minute. Hey, Kenny. And
There
it's
you
Brian
go.
Glaze. He works at Daytona International, and he came to meet his girlfriend who's from Safety Harbor, and sure as hell, I pulled my wallet out and just handed it to him. He's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. It's amazing. You go places and people.
Yeah.
People, we were in Vegas, and next thing I hear, detective.
Yeah, that happened too.
I had that in Alaska.
Ended up
Alaska.
being,
Well, we had that guy that walked in the shop a month ago, and he goes, "That's a Corona boy. I know the Corona boys." Oh my God.
oh yeah, I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, you've done a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
you were bodyguard and stuff. You
Yeah.
Joan Jett, some stuff like this.
Yeah,
And out of the rock and roll news, real quick, we're going to fade out.
Christine McVie died
from,
today.
from
We don't know what she
Fleetwood
died.
Mac.
Fleetwood Mac. We don't know what
Yeah.
she passed away. She died in at a house today.
well, rest in peace, and we're
Yeah.
sorry about the loss for everybody. American Car Class is hanging out. We'll be right back.
Coming at you like a ball of fire. You better let me be. You can sleep on the bed of nails and toe the line that always fails. It's one-on-one. The future's set and there's no escape from the bottomless plans you made. It's one-on-one. Time ticks away on the clock, on the wall. Turn your world upside down, but don't fall. You've seen his face, Mr. Briefcase. No time to waste, Mr. Briefcase. Doesn't matter if it's black or white, just as long as you fight the fight. It's one-on-one. Then they trust you for success to make you better than the rest. You're not the one. Time ticks away on the clock, on the wall. Turn the world upside down, but don't fall. You've seen his face, Mr. Briefcase. No time to waste, Mr. She got a roof at the leaf.
I have my mic on there, you guys. Said I wasn't going to interrupt that.
Yeah. Hey.
Woo, that's some good stuff. All right. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Kenny here with Mike and Todd, and we're three guys in a garage. And we have your 70 Chevelle that you've had since you were a teenager. We've got the 69 fastback Mustang that you're building with the illuminator in it. You've got the 57 Chevy of
The same guy owns
Yeah,
it.
Terry, right,
That
that's
one.
right.
Got a big dent in
Right.
the front.
You've got your El Camino here. What year's that?
70.
70 El Camino. So it's a theme thing there. 70. You've got the Porsche body of Byron's, and then right next to Byron's, you've got this
Beautiful Ferrari.
07 F
Night,
430.
19 or 20,007.
Yeah.
F
2007.
F430 Ferrari.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we pulled in here. Bryce and I, we rode together, and we jumped in here, and I met Julian, got the place unlocked, and I opened the door, and was like,
Todd bought himself a new car.
I knew it wasn't his. I knew he went to the rod run, but I knew he would not come back with this thing. There's no way. But I walked by it and felt very inferior.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah,
That's a cool car.
like hanging out with Shaq O'Neal.
Got
Just
some different wheels on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so
that-
they that's one thing I got to straighten out.
Is that killer value? I mean,
Well, it will for this. I mean, he doesn't seem to be too
Concerned.
concerned about them.
Yeah.
What we're concerned about is that they raised the, it's got coilover shocks, and they raised the coilover shocks because the back quarters were catching the tires.
not on the
So-
top, on the
Yeah,
backs.
on the backs.
Yeah.
Right. And but if you notice it, it's sitting a little high.
It is very high.
Right.
I
So,
think it looks good high.
but it's because of the wheels. They
Right.
did the wheels on it. So that's if for value wise, the car is worth a lot of money because it's a 07.
Yeah.
And it's only got 3,500 original miles on it. That's
Crazy.
the reason why it was purchased,
Yeah.
because that's what he does. That's how
Right.
he.
Right. I
It's,
just
it's a beautiful car.
this is what I said to about your son with the Bronco. He's
Yeah.
driving it.
He's driving.
Some people just buy them to put away for
Put
a couple
away.
years and make their money
Yeah.
on it and
Yeah.
stuff. And this
Yeah.
is a client of yours and a friend of the show to say it was we could say 150 or thereabouts, as
Yeah.
money on a car
Mhm.
and money well spent on this car.
Oh yeah.
Looks like it's
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
some of that orange peel on it, though.
Well, that's the
Well, that's-
bug shield. on
Yeah,
the front.
that's that.
Is that what it is? There's
yeah,
something
it's
on it?
It's
sprayed on
Alexa.
it?
Yeah, it's
you
like clear.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, because it looks like orange peel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
does
Like
look like because
It
the first
does.
Yeah.
I came around the hood and I was like, "What?" And I saw
Yeah.
the line halfway up.
And I got a good friend of mine that Mustang that's out there. That's called PPF. He does that. He looked at it. He goes, "Oh my God, it's horrible. Why they just do the partial? I hate when they do it. They just should have just did the whole front,
Right.
and they should have used a better PPF."
Yeah,
Does that-
it doesn't look it doesn't look good.
Does it
right?
peel right off?
I guess not.
It's like going to Vegas, bro.
Oh, because when I met you, the story is, when I met you, you were doing that Ferrari, but that was
Not this one.
No,
No, he
not
had
this-
another
but
one.
it was a 70 model.
Oh, that one was
green-
the Daytona. Yeah.
Yeah.
GTB4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
And-
totally different style.
No, but I'm just saying that's when I met you. It was, this is the
Yeah.
first Ferrari I've seen
Yeah.
really with you since,
Yeah.
then. So
No, I had another one just like
oh,
almost
that's right
like
on
this
on
of
that
the-
rack, the one that was wrecked.
No, well, that one too.
Okay, because you called that guy and said, "Why'd you sell him this?"
Yeah.
And he bought some artwork too.
Oh yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
what do you- what
that
do
was
you-
another one.
What are you doing to this? You're changing the timing belt on this thing?
No.
Oh heck
No,
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 no.
what are you
We're
doing?
just
Fixing the
I'm
exhaust?
fixing the waste gates in the back. That somebody took off the vacuum lines. I don't know why they would do that, but doing that. The stereo isn't fitting properly in there, and
And it's the original stereo?
this yeah.
Really?
Sticky buttons. It's got Ferraris are notorious for the buttons being sticky and the stuff wearing off.
Right.
Because made
And,
by Lucas.
Some inexperienced detailer, the surround around the steering column had it on there, and they decided they're going to use some type of solvent to wipe it off. Now it's turning it white,
Ah.
milky look. So
Yeah.
I got to take that off, fix that, do the sticky buttons on it. So we change them. They're just going to do it again because I don't think we should do that right now. I think he should just get the buttons, and then in a couple years when he's ready to flip it or whatever he's ready to do to it, then we can change this,
Right.
the sticky buttons.
Yeah,
So they're
have
good
them,
buttons.
but don't do them until you're getting ready to get rid. So it's new still.
Right.
Nothing else can happen to it.
Yeah, but I mean, this car will never see the light of day
No, it'll go
other than
sit-
him driving. He does a lot of these rallies.
Yeah, he loves them
He
out.
does a
Yeah.
lot of rallies.
Yeah.
So, but you get 200 cars. So
Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful
it's
car.
kind of hard to figure out.
Which one to buy? Which one
which
to
one
drive?
to ride.
Jason,
yeah.
take
Yeah.
this to Colorado. Come
Yeah.
back and take that one out to
Right.
New Hampshire.
And he's
come
not
ride
even
for-
doing that no more.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
not?
No, Jason's pretty much running that.
Right.
Oh, jeez. What's the hotel there at the Civic Center?
Oh, it's not a Hilton. It's it starts in R.
Yeah.
Is it
Westin.
Ramada?
I thought Ramada.
No,
Not the
Ramada.
Westin. It's not
yeah,
the
it's
boat.
connected anyway. I don't know. He runs all that.
Okay.
fine.
Gotcha. But yeah, it's a nice car. You talk about he's got 200. I mean, you see some of the guys here in Vero. Some of them got 40 and 50 cars.
Yeah.
Byron's got 200.
Well, these are a lot of these cars that he has are race cars.
Oh,
They're
okay.
race cars. I mean, that car right
Yeah, I
there. is a
mentioned the
race
Porsche.
car.
Right.
Right.
So, but we're not going to do anything with that car. I don't think. He's going to take a driver and we're going to make a race car out of it.
So this one's the Porsche that you have here in the garage. Nothing's going to happen to it.
No,
Yeah, and our
I'm not-
previous episodes, it's been behind us, so people can see
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, that particular car, we're going to cut the fiberglass quarters off of it because they're wide body. You got to do that in order to get these cars to stay on the track at 170 mile an hour. And then once I do that, I'm going to hook it and I'm going to stick it on the wall over there.
Oh, nice.
half of it.
I'm going to hang the whole car on them
Hang
bolts up
hang
there.
car on the hooks.
Yeah. You see them
Well, it's light
studs
enough.
coming
I
out?
see him.
It's
Yeah.
probably light enough, right?
Oh, yeah.
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 Was that way?
Oh.
You don't know?
1,500, 1,400.
If that,
Yeah,
without
probably.
the engine.
Yeah,
in it?
probably about 1,000 pounds. Maybe.
Yeah, because probably just the metal alone.
Yeah.
Probably most
I got
of
all
the
that.
car.
I got all that
The roll
great
cage.
steel from that cell phone tower that we took. That I've got. I mean, it's the beam that you need. So I'll hook you up. That'd be dope.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it. I might change my mind.
Oh, you're gonna do it now.
Well, what do you
You
got?
sit on it. You sit it live. You heard it here first. It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's
and
just-
what do you got growing through the tree there? 54?
54 Chevy.
54 Chevy.
Yeah.
That's out there, and there's a tree growing through it. It's
Yeah.
pretty nice.
It is so cool. I've got
Yeah.
that 71 Chevy out front, and I would love to do this with whatever. It just is. It's the coolest car in the coolest spot.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I look when I was at Turkey Rod Run. That's really what I go look for.
Oh, because your old truck you won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, man, they want an arm and a leg for some of them things. I was like, holy crap!
What do we have for time, Bryce?
We got all day.
Oh, 4
right.
minutes.
Great. We're going to do a little bit of well, we've got these, and we're ready to do this. I've been doing 2 or 3 of them already. We've got 6 cars picked out between Mike and Steve being in and out. Todd and I have been here, and so I've been counting down from the Mecum Kansas City show that is now starting tomorrow. So we're going to see what
Right.
these things sell for. So I got a couple more, but before we do that, there was this collection. This was the Red C4 ZR1 Low Mile Corvette collection.
Yeah,
They're all red. and
All red.
There's 6,
Yeah.
and here's 9 more.
from the same owner.
All the same
Wow.
owner.
Why
A
would you
90
want that
Z,
many
a
pieces,
ZR1
yeah.
coupe, 5.7 with 12,000 miles. What's the lowest mile on the car that you see there, Mike?
17,500.
Yeah, 17,500.
Here's one of 502 produced Corvette ZR1 coupes in 92 with 10,000 miles on it. And then, the lowest
Nice.
one I have is 9,825 miles. One of 448 produced, a 93 Corvette ZR1 coupe. But they're all red.
Wow.
This is amazing.
I just saw
Stop it.
240 horsepower.
yeah, I know.
Who's got the power?
Well, I think my 81 Corvette only had like 185 horse. It was horrible.
I've got that 9454 Chevy pickup like Steve's got at the shop.
Yeah,
I've got one.
that doesn't have that
And
much
it's
horsepower.
185
I
horsepower.
don't understand. It's a 5.7 liters. How can it
Real
only
quick
have that?
before we go on break, I just saw something. There was a post on I don't know if it was Facebook or on the news. I guess they found a collection of Corvettes in a New York garage.
Oh,
The guy had won the Corvettes. I guess back in 89, VH1 was doing a contest. And if you called the phone number, you got entered into this contest, and you won every Corvette from 1953 all the way to 1989. They weren't restored. They weren't new.
But they were one of right.
They were just that year car.
And he won them.
And this one guy won them.
Wow.
And they were sitting in this garage in New York City, and they found them all still under dust and sitting in a garage. And now they're going to sell the whole collection of them.
I'll be dang.
And who's got that?
So, some guy in
an auction house, though.
No, I don't know. I don't know if the guy's going to sell it as a bundle to a collector.
Oh, right.
But every Corvette owned from 1953 all the way to 89. That was because VH1, I guess, they needed money. So the only way for you to call up, it cost you $2 for the call.
Okay.
And they had a bunch of people call up.
Phone calls.
It brought VH1 out of the red.
Wow.
And that one guy won all these Corvettes.
Wow.
They found it in New York City the other day.
Well, I'm going to give the opportunity while we go to a quick break for Mike to check out these 3 cars and Todd as well that I picked out. They're all Fords. I don't really do that. We tend to go towards GM and Chevy, but there's so many of them out there, and we're Chevy guys per se. So I'm going to pass these around, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about what's going on at Mecum Auctions this week. And then I've got a little story on Joe Biden. We're going to get there with a little bit of automotive talk on Joe Biden for a second, and then we'll get into some car show stuff. So
Corvette Joe Biden. He owns a Corvette, like a 69 or 68.
Yeah, but when was the last time you drove it?
I don't know.
Right.
All right, whatever.
Does it run? Does it even run, Joe?
It runs.
He doesn't have the mental.
He's going to put an electric motor in it so he can please the rest of this.
He said something about going for gas in it last time. I don't know what he was talking about.
We'll be right back. This is American Car Classics Radio.
When we started the day, we had nothing to say. We were lonely. You had made up your mind. You were leaving love behind. I'd be lonely. I've been used. I can't handle the news. It's not the end of the line. Though you'll be gone, I won't be alone. 'Cause I know, yes I know, I'll be fine. I'll shine. I told you right from the start, tell me straight to the heart, I wasn't lying. In the pouring down rain, you said something had changed, you were not lying. I've been used, I can't handle the news. It's not the end of the line. Though you'll be gone, I won't be alone. 'Cause I know, yes I know, I'll be fine. I still got my guitar.
He tells me to talk. I just want to keep listening.
Yeah.
Love that stuff, man. Some great guitar. That's Ronnie Garvin on the guitar. Lord, I do miss him so much. All right, we are the American Car Classics. It's been a really good hour for us so far. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm Kenny. This is Mike, and this is Todd. Hi, Todd. Hanging in there?
Hi, Todd.
Do you have any beer in the house?
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe.
All right, so real quick, we're going to run through 3 cars that are,
Are you
appearing.
gonna be like the guy on Gas Monkey or beer guy, beer girl?
Yeah.
They throw beer at him.
One thing I don't want to do, and I want the show to take off, and I want to do well with it, and down the road I could see myself doing some stuff with Meekum and traveling and have a little bit of that, and I get to maybe restore a car here and there and have some fun. But I don't want to be compared to Richard Rawlings. And I'll tell you that I actually reached out before COVID hit with Discovery, and I reached out to Garage Rehab.
Oh, Garage Rehab. Yeah, he had a show
Which
there.
Richard was
Yeah.
doing and stuff.
Yeah.
But I had a meeting together with my guys, and I told them today that I think I'm a good boss. I am a horrible business owner.
So you just need somebody to run the business.
Yeah.
While you just throw
Yeah.
wrenches around.
So I talked to a guy today because it's at a point where, dead serious, I've got to make a change in something, or I just want to say F it and shut it down.
Right.
It's just that frustrating sometimes. But the world's changed so much since COVID, and that didn't make me a bad business owner. I suck as a business owner because of who I am, and you know how I am, ADD and all that stuff and everything else. But it's just tough. It's a tough world. So some people are meant to be owners, and some people should just bankroll them.
There you go.
We're going to talk about a 1971 Ford Ranchero that's coming up at the Meekum, Kansas City auction on December 1st through the 3rd. We believe there's about 800 cars running. This Ranchero has a lot. It's one of 3,200 produced with a special value package. Now, Mike, you said I see so many of these, and they're all this special value package.
Right. They all seem like the same color combination.
Yeah, this kind of has that Starsky and Hutch run on it. And I'm sorry we don't have pictures from Bryce. I didn't get time to get to him today.
Well, they could go on Meekum and look at the car. What
And
is it?
that's right.
What is
So
it?
this is a Saturday lot. It's lot 5 on Saturday, Kansas City 2022 for Meekum Auctions. Anyway, it's 351, 240 horsepower. It's no reserve. So it does have a lot. It's a C4 select shift automatic transmission. It is bright red exterior, black vinyl roof, a 2-tone hood.
Cleveland or Windsor? Does it say?
It does not say
Probably got Cleveland.
Cleveland. It's the more popular. It was the
Yeah.
Windsor was right. So so you guys looked at this a little bit here, and who wants to take a first guess at one?
32.
Whoo, jump right in.
Yeah, huh? 32? I was going to say like 28. I'm not a big fan of them.
Me neither.
I'm gonna say 26.
And I guess
I'm gonna go 25.
big shout out to Brian Vozar. He said that I guess he's looking at the pictures that Bryce took. He liked the sweet looking Stang that was up on Facebook.
Yeah, Brian is from Sebastian, and he's got a
Okay.
95 Mustang. It's not his first Mustang, but it's one that he's got right now. He was parked at the show.
So I wonder why he's saying it's a nice looking car.
Yeah, he was
It's probably his car.
It probably was his car. It is his car. He's asking me for one of the carburetors that Steve sold me in the lot that I paid. That I got the big box and all stuff. He needs another car, but I've got 4 brand new ones. So Brian, I haven't forgotten about you, brother. So, but next to him was Chris's '66 Corvette, and man,
That was a nice car.
I seen them out at South Vera Square Saturday night.
Well,
Oh.
shout out to Brian.
That's
for
awesome. That's awesome. All right. So the next one is this 2000. Now we're gonna have to save that one less because Todd says that's gonna go for more than anything else.
I think so.
It is.
All right. So
I
the next
agree
one
with
is a 1955 Ford Custom. It is lot S29 out at Kansas City Meekum auction this weekend. The pictures show that it was a small block V8. It has an automatic transmission. It is white with red interior. It is a Pro Street. It looks, big fatties in the back, at least 15s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's got a nice little
Be
rake
nice
to
to know
it.
if it's 4-link or ladder bar or what's it on.
Right, and it had multitude of pictures, but it didn't give any description as far as where I could read down and do, so I couldn't do that. So I'll jump in on this one. It looks pretty cool to me, but I'm gonna go 18.
18.
$18,000.
As a tribute to Joe Girardi, who has the same car, his is a he races it.
Okay.
Up in Orlando, all the time. I'm gonna say 35.
Wow.
I think it's gonna go higher than that. Todd? What do you think?
Jump in that bathwater.
You're right in the middle.
I'm
there.
thinking he's probably about right. So I think about 37.
Yeah.
I may be dead wrong. All right, so what we said here was the most valuable one is a 2007 Ford E350 van, 6-liter automatic. It's going at no reserve. It is lot S18, again at Mecum Auctions, Kansas City, 2022, December 1st through December 3rd. It is a Desert Storm color. It has a black interior. It is a rare factory Power Stroke diesel engine. The odometer only reads 36,000 miles. It's a one-owner Expedition Vans Off conversion, suspension lift, upgraded wheels and tires, roof rack system on it with a side ladder. It is ready to take you across the country. And Todd says,
And off-road.
"Yeah, it's
four-wheel drive.
I'm sure. I don't think he can zoom in on.
You got to
anything
move
like
it over
that,
to.
right?
Yeah, there you go.
But it's
cool.
pretty badass. So, Todd,
90.
90. Wow. I wasn't I was going to say like 70.
okay, because I'm going 45.
Yeah, huh? But Todd.
Those are
Todd-
those things.
Those-
Those are.
And
That's
it's so.
And it's a diesel.
it's a
which helps.
diesel.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
got
diesel.
very low
it's
miles.
going to be one of them.
Yeah.
It's the only one
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It's the only one that's going to be there.
The
Right.
only thing that will keep that thing down is Kansas City.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah, well,
It's
because
just-
yeah, that's
it's just
what
not a
happens.
Right.
big venue.
Yeah.
It's not a
You
huge
are-
venue.
You
And-
are dead right.
And I tell you, I was looking at the Mecum auction for January.
Yep.
And from watching the auctions this year, there's a couple of cars that look like they went off at someplace else, knowing they'll get top dollar at Kissimmee.
Oh.
For sure.
Yeah, yeah, because
Listen, I could almost see going to Mecum and buying some cars that just didn't have a lot of interest from people,
Right.
and then bringing them to Kissimmee, the Super Bowl
yeah,
of
absolutely.
of auto auctions, which is the 4th through the 15th of January here in Kissimmee. It is fabulous. If you're in Florida, if you're anywhere around, if you're a snowbird, go. This is God.
Tur-
four
it's like
4,000
Turkey
cars.
Four-
4,000
and they've already
cars.
got 3,400
Yeah.
in, so there's still room to book one.
Right.
I
mean,
may.
You know, I didn't mean to put Kansas City down. What
No.
what I mean is each venue, Kansas City, Vegas, Kissimmee,
Chattanooga.
Chattanooga, Chicago,
Dallas.
yeah, they all have certain things sell for more money at
Right.
certain places. They're, you know, these cars just do different.
Yeah,
you know?
Kansas City, the prices aren't too bad.
Might not.
I think if you go to Dallas, I think you get a very good deal on a car.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, at Mecum, Dallas. Yeah,
Boy, everything's bigger
just
in
from
Texas. So
yeah,
I
but
think
just
it would
from watching the Mecum, Dallas,
Except for the wallets.
you get some good deals in Dallas.
Right.
Yeah.
I see you saw some good deals in Chicago. I don't know what it was in Chattanooga.
Chattanooga did better than Chicago.
It
Yeah.
did, and
Yeah,
that
it
collection,
did.
I will never forget that first collection of 60 cars. They didn't run; they weren't all put together, and they brought more money than they would in a real
If they
market
were.
restore. You know,
Yeah.
But they were drivable.
Right.
right?
Right.
You know, I was willing to
Incredible.
pay 15 grand for that 55.
57.
No, 55.
Oh,
not
was it?
57, yeah. There's
Oh.
a 55 there. Had a
I thought it was.
mashed up hood and fender and a
Yeah.
door.
Yeah.
But all
Yeah,
that
no.
stuff you could get. So you know.
Yeah, well, I'd have fixed it all, but,
Yeah.
you know, I was going to put it away for a retro rod. I
Right,
think,
there you
man,
go.
I get this thing for 15 grand, you know.
Right.
Right.
That's what I thought. That car sold for $65,000.
Yeah. Yeah. Happens all the time.
So it is so strange. And I watched the Vegas one, which was just a couple months ago. That money was banging.
Yeah.
It was. Don't buy. Well, buy in Vegas for Mecum.
Right.
If you're my friend, wait till right.
Right. I know we only got 40 seconds, real quick, but this
that
weekend,
it?
Saturday.
No, we got time.
We got time? All right. All right. Saturday, December 3rd is the Holiday Car and Craft Show at South Beach Community Center, 500 Old Florida Trail, Melbourne Beach. Okay, that's going to be up in Melbourne Beach from 10 to 3 on Saturday. Then on Sunday, the Fresh Scratch Bistro and Lounge from 12 to 4 up in Indian Harbor Beach next to the Lowe's. It's veteran-owned. Please support the veterans.
God
know.
love our veterans. We
Yeah,
love our veterans.
They're
Man.
gonna, the Santa Claus is going to be there. That's at 1940 Highway 1A up in Indian Harbor next to Lowe's.
Yeah.
And then Todd sent me a flyer. The Treasure Coast Elementary PTA's presented Motor for Cars, Car Show and Toy Drive. That's next Saturday, December 10th. Treasure Coast Elementary from 9 to 1, benefiting local families in need. So if you can, come out and do that. It's $20 for a car, so it goes to a good cause. The awards are going to be best paint, most exotic, people's choice, best pickup. I don't know if it's a pickup line or just pickup. Kids' favorite, best monster truck, best wheels, best interior, best motorcycle. So that's December 10th, and then when we come, next week we'll talk about the other stuff going on.
Well, we've got the New Year's Day Dick Arbitel.
The rod run.
Yep. Memorial Cruise.
Yep.
And that's going to be 3 stops.
There you go.
Yep.
Todd wants to talk about it. It's your thing, right?
Yeah.
Give him
Ride out.
Give a minute and talk about it real fast.
We'll be meeting at the Cracker Barrel as usual. And
Vero?
people going,
On
Vero
Route
on Route
60?
60, Western 95.
It's at 8 a.m.
Yeah, you get there around 8 a.m., have breakfast, hang out. We're going to depart from there about 10. We're going to head east on 60 to US 1, head north on US 1 till we get to Riverview Park in Sebastian. We'll probably hang out there for about a half hour and chit-chat, talk about cars, look at cars.
Yep.
And then we're going to leave there, head south on US 1 till we get to 510, cross over the causeway to A1A, head into Vero, go to Riverside Theater, and we're going to park in the parking lot in the front of there and hang out for a while. And then we're going to leave there, and we're going to come to my place.
Right.
The House of Byron.
We're going to come here. You get to see where we record. And
we're going to have barbecue from Ricky Hodge, and
Hodge
it's
Podge
going to be
barbecue.
great.
Yep.
We're going to have a good time, and we'll have a couple of prizes here and there.
And can we give out your phone number? The RSVP?
Yeah, 772-494-3777.
If you want to go, just give us a call. You can look on our Facebook page.
Or text.
Reach out. Yeah, 772-584-1048. That's our hotline. You can do something there as well. Thanks for tuning in, man. We'll
see you next week.
Yeah, we'll have a good week and do our thing. And